Hey guys, it's Dayfall, and as the next gen approaches, it seems as if the two titans of the industry, Xbox and PlayStation, are ready to throw down and battle it out for the hearts and most importantly, the wallets of gamers everywhere. Or they would be, if it was 2013. But the year is 2020, and gaming has never looked more different than it did in 2013. But what do I actually mean by this? Well, Halo 3 is on PC, Half-Life actually has a new release, and Nintendo's current console is outselling everybody by a country mile. So what's going on? Why the title of this video, Xbox is planned to be the Netflix of gaming? Well, in simple terms, Xbox, or more accurately, Microsoft, isn't going to fight a traditional console war. Instead, it's going to fight a war for market share, and rather than just try to sell consoles, its aim is to sell a service and get people on board with the entire Xbox ecosystem. And this isn't new. Over the past few years, we've seen a shift in Xbox's strategy. More and more, we see Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate alongside Xbox exclusives. It seems Xbox is moving away from just selling hardware alone and releasing traditional $60 titles, and is moving more into games themselves, as well as focusing more on distribution and having as many people play their games as possible. Nowhere is this more clear than when you look at the rate they have acquired studios. Xbox has been buying studios the same way I buy games in a Steam sale. All of this points towards a new goal of Microsoft and Xbox, to be the Disney/Netflix of gaming, and just having as many studios and as much coming out as possible. Now when I say be the Disney or Netflix of gaming, I don't mean buy out beloved franchises and then murder them slowly. I mean own so much content and have such a good distribution network that it makes buying your games or using your service way easier than going out and buying games traditionally. This way, they can get more gamers involved and get more people on board who normally wouldn't be interested or normally wouldn't pay attention. The way they are doing this is with a few methods. Some I've listed above, some I haven't, so I'll cover those next, and to go over what we've already discussed. The first being, like I've mentioned before, buy up a large amount of studios to produce content. This will be a mix of AAA, indie level titles and AA titles that will cover enough of the spectrum that everyone will have something to play. It also means they can have a rolling release. This means people will stay subscribed because there's always something new to play. This is the same way Netflix keeps people subscribed to their service, and how Disney normally would keep people in the theatres. There's always a new release, and you have that many franchises and that much product to release that everyone has something they enjoy. Think about Disney. You don't just have Marvel, you have Fox, Star Wars and Pixar, not to mention their TV channels like ABC, ESPN and National Geographic. Basically, they cover the whole spectrum. Even if you don't like sports, you'll still go and see a Pixar movie. Even if you don't like Marvel, you'll probably enjoy Star Wars. They've got something that covers the entire media spectrum. And Xbox is doing the exact same thing. If you like shooters, we've got Gears of War and we've got Halo from 343 Studios. If you like exploring games, we've got We Happy Few from Compulsion Games. If you like your open world sandbox survival style games, or like RPGs, we've got The Outer Worlds and Obsidian Entertainment. We've got Wasteland, we've got Ninja Theory, we've got Double Fine Productions for those quirky platformers. Essentially, Microsoft is trying to cover as much of the gaming spectrum as possible. That way, someone will enjoy one of their games and get subscribed to Game Pass or go out and buy the game. Essentially, their plan is to cover as much as the gaming spectrum as possible. And this is just the beginning. Essentially, Microsoft is buying as much of the gaming industry as possible to cover as much of it as possible. The second thing is have a service that's ready to go that distributes enough of this content that people will pay for it alongside selling games at full price. This is Game Pass. Essentially, Game Pass is going to be the distribution network. So rather than having to go out and buy the games themselves individually, you can just pay one fee directly to Microsoft and not have to deal with retailers. This way, Microsoft can get more people playing their games, and sure, they might not make as much money as they would initially, but people are probably going to stay subscribed to the service for a long time if they think there's enough value in it. So whereas that one person might just buy one of their games that year and not anything else, they will probably stay subscribed to Game Pass for the entire year. So rather than making $60 from that person, they've made say $100 from that person. But the most important part of this is have a system that means anyone, regardless of device or location, can play your games, use your service, and most importantly, give you money. And this is xCloud. xCloud is going to be Xbox's ace in the hole, so to speak. Not everyone has an Xbox, but everyone has a smartphone or a tablet. So the reason Microsoft isn't going to fight a traditional console war, so to speak, is because they don't want to. Their own goal is to get as many people playing their games on Game Pass as possible, and xCloud is the way they're going to do it, by making content as accessible as possible on as many devices as possible. The next gen consoles are going to be expensive. I doubt the PlayStation 5 or Series X will be below £400, including the digital only editions. So Microsoft is trying to prep for the day where consoles become so expensive to manufacture that not enough people buy them, or they are simply just not profitable. By developing xCloud and Game Pass and getting it into gamers' hands now, they can ensure that people become integrated into the ecosystem by using their service on more than just an Xbox. Right now, the only real way you get into the Xbox or PlayStation ecosystem is by having one of their consoles. This way, Microsoft is trying to make Xbox a multi-platform brand, detached from any plastic box in someone's living room. This all ties back to why they're buying so many studios. This way, Microsoft has enough homegrown content that it doesn't have to rely solely on third parties, bypassing issues services like Stadia and GeForce Now have had. Now, this part is going to be a little bit conspiracy theory, a little bit speculation. Now recently, Microsoft, or more specifically Phil Spencer, has been heaping the praise on for Nintendo. I wouldn't be shocked if down the road we see a Game Pass for Switch that offers Nintendo players a bunch of Xbox titles such as Halo via xCloud. Now this could never happen, but then again, Halo 3 is on PC, anything could happen. The last bit of speculation I have is I see Microsoft undercutting the PlayStation 5 price, or offering 6 months of Game Pass Ultimate as a bundle. People forget a big buyer of consoles are families for their kids, and the value offering of Game Pass might be a big draw. With Game Pass, it shows Microsoft are willing to undercut pricing and take a bit of a hit in order to gain market share, and I won't be shocked if we see the same actions done with the Series X. But then again, it could be speculation. The PlayStation 4 has a massive install base, so the price might not matter in the end. Well, that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you had fun. If you did, please like and follow. I'm also now streaming over on Twitch at Dead by Dayfall, so please go and follow me. I normally just play Halo 3. So yeah, my next video is hopefully going to cover xCloud in a bit more detail and how it compares to Google Stadia. So thank you and goodbye.